This is Gabe Blythe, survivor in the Salt Lake area, broadcasting to anyone who can hear me. And especially to those of you who are hoping to hear state secrets, because today we have Alexander Lancelot Furston, and he's not going to start this out like a dumb bro podcast.
Well, you suck at yes and anyways.
Oh, yeah. I'm the dull one on campus. Have you seen RQ and Gaharris talk?
I've seen oil and water get along better.
Do you want to let the survivors at home know why you're here today?
Of course, I'd be happy to. I am, like Gabe says, an open book. Just ask and I will answer, but I won't tell you everything. Building bridges and not giving you the keys to the castle. But I do want to ask, is this where we add some rules? If you ask, do you also have to answer?
No, that was for our Q, who didn't share anything ever.
What a buzzkill.
This is a different Q&A because you are trying to earn my trust points.
Fair enough. Anything else I should know before we begin?
In all seriousness,
Of course, I'm listening.
I think we, as what's left of society, don't need grand state secrets anymore. I believe it's only going to cause us harm to keep things from the people we need to work together with.
I like that about you. You turn on the mic and remind the world that you have hope to share. It's something I don't just like, it's something I admire about you. I wish I had that ability. But I do want to interject. There is a difference between keeping secrets and not sharing. Something I knew about the old world may no longer be relevant. So why bring it up?
To a degree, I think you're right. A gay man doesn't need to actively advertise they are gay to everyone they pass by, but when you build any sort of partnership, you need to gain trust. You need to be vulnerable. And talking about the past that brought you to today helps people feel safe around you, or informs them about the person they are with.
I can appreciate that. Thank you for telling me why this is important to you. And thank you for letting me restart to rebuild trust with you.
Okay, now that we've got all the seriousness out of the way,
Wipes tear.
you ready to get real?
Lay it on me.
What's with the swords?
Yeah, what's with the swords? Like, why wear a sword when we have guns and stuff? Who brings a sword to a gunfight?
Exactly! It never made sense to me.
What made King Arthur the king?
Depends on the story. Either he pulled a sword from a stone, or the Lady of the Lake handed it to Arthur.
And what did Arthur do, besides stop the Saxons from taking over England after all the pillaging and battles and stuff?
He made the Knights of the Round Table, a round table so no one would be more important than the other.
And since they were knights, the imagery is of shields and swords. Thus, a sword is part of the uniform.
Okay, that makes sense for things that would be formal, but you come out here, and correct me if I'm wrong, killing the others with a sword, and it's not 100% uniformity. Gaharris' sword is completely different from yours.
Aha, good eye. That's a little hard to explain. They are not just regular swords. They're relics, all denoting our position. And here before you is the sword Excalibur, a relic of the crown, the church, assigned only to the first chair of the knights.
May I?
By all means.
It's lighter than it looks.
Because the burden is heavier.
So, you and Gaharris have these relic swords. How are they still reliable?
Can you rephrase your question?
So, King Arthur was literally thousands of years ago. How could a sword from so far back still be able to hold a sharp edge? Every time you sharpen a knife, you lose a little bit of it because you're grinding that metal away. After 500 years, a sword is no longer just an antique. It might become a toothpick.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you just want to know how a sword from thousands of years ago is still able to be used in battle.
Yeah, be a weapon.
I have a secret answer for you, but I need to know if you're ready for it.
Okay.
All right, are you comfy in that chair? Is everyone at home sitting in a chair? Because this might just blow your minds.
Okay.
Grace of God. Laugh all you want, but the church has many relics that have lasted the test of time. They're almost indestructible. Trust me, I have put that sword through its paces.
So the crown has a lot of relics. Are they all Christian?
Most of them are, but not all of them. Gaheris' Kopesh, it's from Egypt, where they practice polytheism.
And what would it take to actually destroy a relic? Turn it to ash and dust?
You'd have to break its destiny.
Relics have a destiny?
Sure, all things have a purpose, or even a pact with the Almighty. Excalibur here is made to protect those in danger, to protect England from all invaders, and to stand as a symbol of freedom against tyranny. But if I swing my sword at you with the intent to kill you, it would shatter.
And turn to dust.
And turn to dust. Something you've seen before?
No, just curious. Have you ever had a relic stolen?
A few attempts, but they've never really gone outside our scope.
And what would happen to the thief?
Well, clear answer is we would arrest them and interrogate them as to their reasoning. Probably lock them up and throw away the key.
But let's say the king went evil.
The man assigned by God to reign over the empire larger than Alexander the Great going evil?
Work with me, okay?
Okay.
Would Excalibur break if he were to swing the sword?
I think it depends.
What if you were to strike down the king with it? Would it break then?
Well, that's just ridiculous. The king would never order me to strike him down.
But what if it was to stop his tyranny? That's what the pact with God is, isn't it?
I don't think...
No, you haven't. And that's the part that kind of scares me about you, Xander. You blindly follow orders.
Well, that's not fair. I told you about the time I was in Cambodia
and how you were able to convince the locals that a rice and flour farm would be more profitable than a drug farm, all while your mission said to stop them by any means necessary.
And diplomacy wasn't the end goal. The higher-ups wanted blood.
The higher-ups? Who is higher than you? You are second only to the king.
It's not that simple. There's Merlin and tactical advisors and...
And what? They're all part of the group think. And the way you describe yourself, you're either a lapdog to the crown, and when they point and say, take care of that, you do. And you do it how you like. Or you're an advisor to the king, and you make no decisions for yourself. Just a yes man to the king? Both options make you sound like a mercenary. Yeah, I've got one final question. And this isn't some big state secret I want you to reveal, just a secret you've kept from yourself. When was the last time you truly decided you were doing something for yourself?
Well, it's not that simple. You see, it's not about me. We think about all of the people and...
No, it is that simple. I think, and this is the most heartbreaking thing of it all, I think you think it's easier this way. Don't ask questions, just follow the command. If you don't like it, just twist it so they get all what they want. Never asking why, never challenging it. It's easier if you don't think for yourself, because then you don't bear the consequences. Because when someone tells you to drop the axe on someone's necks, you're just the axe. How can you be blamed?
Well, thank you for this insightful conversation. As always, you have given me a lot to think about, Gabe. If you don't mind, I think I'm gonna duck out a bit early.
Before you do, no, I'm not saying these things because I have an agenda. Purely because I think our Q is right. Well, to a degree. The old system didn't work. And if we don't have people asking questions and challenging that authority, how are we truly going to grow from our past? Killing the others because it's an order. Gaheris truly believes that is her duty. She doesn't question it because of her moral compass. But we need people to think for themselves. Do you really believe they aren't in there, Lancelot?
Thank you. Again. Goodbye.
Well, Survivor, I hope you learned a thing or two. I think I'm gonna wrap up here too. I feel like I feel like a total jerk. I feel everything inside of me feels just tumultuous. There's this internal fight in me, and I just want to know who these people are. I want to know this man as far as what does he believe? I hate it. I hate feeling this way. I hate feeling like I don't know these people. And at the end of the world, these are the only people I can trust, so why can't I know everything? I mean, I know why I can't know everything. It still would be nice if I could have someone to trust in. But I'm gonna go so I can take care of myself and calm this fire in my stomach. Probably with some alcohol with RQ. Take care of yourself, too, yeah? Relax. Get something hot or cold or whatever you need. And if you want to add to the moral quandary of why we do what we do, I'd love to hear it. Come on, join our camp of weirdos. You aren't alone, and you don't have to be. But dang, do I feel like I'm alone now. Be safe out there.